Today we are back with the House of Tropics and making a brand new entrance to the building, as well as a cool new round aviary for the classic, no one can resist, the Peafowl. So let's get right into it and let's start the episode right now. Alright, so hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the House of Tropics, and I am so excited to talk with you guys today in this episode. Totally not because the new DLC got teased last week, and I just couldn't express all of my feelings through that, just like that 7-minute video I released earlier this week, or last week, so I'm very excited to talk about that even more in depth in this video, and also about the habitat because I'm excited. So let's talk about the habitat first. So this is one of the more simpler, I guess, enclosures that we've done for the House of Tropics. I built this about a month ago, honestly. I just haven't gotten around to actually publishing it, and then what happened was I made the actual enclosure. I finished the enclosure about 3 weeks ago, and then I did the voiceover and I got everything ready to start editing. But then we got news of a DLC coming, and then I basically, during the past recording that I did for this episode, I basically talked a lot about speculation and what the DLC could include. But then as soon as we got that teaser that oh, okay, so they're going to talk about the DLC in the live stream, there's not really a point of talking about the DLC in the House of Tropics video if by then, the time it's going to be released, we already know kind of what's going to be in it. And that did happen, because we now know 3 of the animals that are in the next DLC, along with the animal that is going to be in the anniversary free update. So that is very interesting, and we will get into that in a second, but today we are building the Peafowl enclosure, if I can keep myself on track for more than 2 minutes. So, today we're doing a kind of aviary kind of style build. I honestly am really proud of how this enclosure came together. I specifically really like the aviary, and I am very sorry that I actually didn't include the aviary, much of the actual aviary building, me building the aviary. And the speed build, I am very sorry about that. I honestly don't understand what happened with the recording with this one. I usually am pretty decent when it comes to recording the footage, but this one, it just kind of fell apart, and I don't know what the heck happened to it. But I just tried to put together clips and stuff that I did have of me building, and tried to piece together a decent speed build section of this video. And I think it turned out decently well. I think the most of the building in this video that you'll see is me building the entrance. This is honestly kind of like the west, or what would this be, the west wing or the east wing? I guess the east wing of the House of Tropics, because you have that main entrance, and then you have the side where you have the leopards and the collared peccaries, if you watch those 2 videos. But so this is on that same side, but you have another entrance, so it's kind of like connecting. If this were in a real zoo, if you were coming from the west side, then you would enter through that entrance. But enough about that. The Peafowl enclosure itself looks really cool in my opinion. I love building aviaries. This one was a bit challenging to do, but I eventually did figure it out. Especially the hardest part was probably the curved circular area at the end. Bending the curved, the mesh pieces into an arch wasn't too difficult. It's basically just filling around with the mesh pieces, but then also using the mud columns to make a kind of a ring and then copying and pasting that into a huge line of them, and then fiddling around with the end pieces to get that final little end piece, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll see all about that. I think that most of this speed build, you'll mostly see me just filling in the aviary. You won't actually see me building the aviary. Also, I'm very sorry, I'm very misjumbled in this voiceover. It's late, and I'm just trying to get this all done in one go, recording a bunch of videos. So I'm sorry if I'm a little clumsy or tired when recording this. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the actual enclosure part. You will obviously see the cinematic shots at the end, and you will see how the aviary did come together, if it's not clear in the time lapse. But now let's talk about the actual DLC, because I cannot hold it in any longer. I am so excited about the next DLC. We don't even know what it is, but I am already excited. We have, if you did not see any videos about this, Frontier revealed a picture I would assume is the cover art for the next DLC, without the actual title of what it's going to be. So it's just the background. And in this, we can see 3 animals: the Hamadryas baboon, which is the one I'm personally most excited about, the Pallas cat, which is our front and center animal in the foreground, and then you have the markhor. Also, I saw that someone thought that in the very, very far back, there's a Tibetan antelope, but I honestly just think it's a female markhor. I'll be surprised if it is something else, if it is another of a different species of antelope, but for now I'm sticking with just female markhor, or just another markhor in general. It just makes more sense to me of that, if that's what it is. It doesn't make sense to me that they would put 4 animals in just one cover art. I don't think they've ever revealed that many animals in the art. But anyway, enough about that. So those are the 3 animals we have confirmed: Palascat, Markhor, and Hamadryas baboon. Hamadryas baboon, I am so excited for. I've talked about it in a bunch of wishlist videos, I've talked about it in a bunch of speculation videos, and it is finally coming. I honestly thought that this was actually kind of funny. If this is a Highlands animal pack, I originally envisioned this to be last year's winter pack, but now this might actually be this year's winter pack, or at least kind of like fall, autumn, winter kind of pack, around there. Because this will probably release most likely in October, around that time. I believe in the stream they said to keep your eyes out the next few weeks on their socials, so I'm assuming I'm currently recording this on the 26th of September, so I would guess that this comes out probably 2 weeks into October, like around the 15th, I believe that is a Tuesday, and then this gets announced probably sometime next week, if I'm being honest, around the week of the 2nd to the 7th of October. Again, it could already be released by the time this video is going out, so keep that in mind. But overall, I'm really excited for the pack. I know a lot of people have been speculating what pack this could be. There's the popular belief that it is a mountains pack. I'm honestly seeing, I've been on the forums a lot because I'm a regular there, and I also post a lot there to just discuss the packs and just in general. I've actually seen a lot of people make good arguments that this could be the final pack and it could be some sort of celebration pack, and I'm honestly kind of in the middle because there's good points for either. It obviously is themed right out of the bat that this could be a mountains pack because all 3 animals are Highlands animals. The Markhor and Palascat were specifically part of the pack idea that I had last winter, and the Hamadryas baboon, I think I had the gelada in place of it, but it's still a mountains animal. A lot of people have also included a Asian animal pack. I don't personally think it is an Asian animal pack. For number one reason, we got the Eurasia animal pack last winter, so even though it came out like almost 8 months ago, in the timeline of DLCs, that was really only 2 DLCs ago. We got the Barnyard pack before this, and then the Eurasia pack was right there. So it doesn't really make sense too much to me. They would do almost Asia packs back to back. And it also doesn't make sense to me, number 2, is that the Hamadryas baboon is more commonly recognized to be found in Africa. So while it does have range in like Arabia and Asia, it's not known to be in those areas, if that makes sense. And especially as it's being featured here as one of the key species of this pack, obviously because that is one of the ones that people wanted the most. It doesn't feel like it would be in this pack because it's almost like an oddball kind of. But anyway, I know we don't have a lot of time here because I didn't record that much for the actual time lapse of this video, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up. I don't know how long we are into the speed build, but I'm gonna sign off for now. I will probably talk about this DLC in the next coming days. Obviously, I will be here when the actual thing announces, whenever that may be. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of the video. I'm sorry I didn't talk about the habitat too much, but again, it is pretty straightforward. Again, I would have talked more if I actually had the aviary, me building it in the time lapse, but sadly I did not include that. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy the build, or if you enjoyed me talking, just kidding, I know you didn't. No, why'd you believe me?
You're not supposed to believe me.
I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. We just passed 1,550 subscribers, or at least at the time of me recording this. So that is very good. I made a joke last time that we could get maybe to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I do not see that as realistic. I would honestly aim for that. Maybe like 1,700. We got a few months left, and I'm gonna try and pump out as many videos as I can as possible without overworking myself with a bunch of other things I gotta do coming over the next couple months. So I'm gonna try my best to monitor my schedule and do the best I can. So I hope you all enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button if you did. Stay tuned for these cinematic shots. And yeah, and I will see you all in the next video. The next video will probably have something to do, like I said, with that DLC. So we shall see what that is. Hope you all enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys, enjoy the rest of the video.